What is up, Taurus? How are you guys doing? It is time for your October 2024 main monthly reading. October 2024 for Taurus. So let's just jump on into this, man. If you would like a personal reading, the link to my website where you can find all the information that you need as far as how to go about doing that is right down there in the description of this video. Let's just jump right into this, man. I want to start the October readings off with the person that you have a past history with. So be that your ex, or maybe just somebody you connected with in the past, even if it didn't get up off the ground, whoever you have past history with. Now, if you're not inquiring about somebody from your past, then this part of the reading is not for you. But you can take it if it resonates if you want. All right, let's see what's happening in October between Taurus and the person from the past. What is happening? All right. Boom, Six of Cups. Well, that is a very clear indication that I do think this person does miss you. Okay. Seven of Swords reversed. They're starting to feel a little bit guilty. There might be an apology coming in here, honestly. Ooh, Knight of Wands. Okay. But the Ace of Wands is reversed. So I am kind of feeling like there is going to be a very brief reconnection between you and this person. Very brief. But with the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is usually an individual that's not very consistent. Most of the time, if you're dealing with a Knight of Wands, they're going to be in and out, right? So I do think you're going to be able to get closure, but it doesn't quite feel right. I still feel like you're kind of walking away from this. It almost feels like forced fake closure, where you're walking away with more questions than answers, you know? You ever been in a situation like that where you and anybody from your past comes together, whether it's a past love partner or a family member you fell out with or a friend that you fell out with, and, you shake hands, you let bygones be bygones, you apologize for what you did, you forgive them for what they did, the whole fucking nine, right? But it doesn't feel right. It feels kind of forced. It feels fake. You walk away with more questions than answers, and it just feels weird, It's kind of what I'm feeling like is happening here. Okay, some of you dealt with a Taurus possibly. Also have Scorpio here. Yeah, World card, Death card, man. Kind of feels like closure is happening, finally. But then again, at the end of the day, is it really closure if it doesn't feel like it? Because I'm still thinking, is it really closure if you walk away with more questions than answers? See what I'm saying? Well, let's see how this person feels about you. How's the person from the past feel about Taurus? Whoa. This deck is acting a fool. Let's see what fell on the floor. The King of Swords. So they're kind of trying to separate themselves from this emotionally, I think. They're trying. Let's see what else comes through. Yeah, Two of Wands reversed. Okay. Well, I do think they want closure. They very well may be wanting to apologize, but that feels to me like it's mainly for closure purposes only, because it's just weighing on them very heavily. At the end of the day, I really don't think that they wanted this to come to an end. But since it did, they're kind of like in this it is what it is type of mentality, So they're at least wanting to try to close this out just to get it off their mind. Even though deep down, they want this, but they don't think it's possible. God damn, this deck is just getting an attitude with me, bro. Yeah, the Hermit. Okay, it could be a Virgo for some of you. Now, some of you may have dealt with somebody who had an addiction issue. If you dealt with somebody that had an addiction issue, no, they have not gotten clean. But that's just a little side story if that resonates. Let's see how this situation plays out then. How's it playing out? What is the overall general outcome between Taurus and the person from the past? Thank you, Diesel, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. How's it playing out? King of Pentacles. So you're doing a pretty good job keeping it all together. It does look like it's going to be a pretty amicable interaction between the two of you. But you're still not really feeling that closure in here. You're walking away with more questions than answers. But, this is the beginning of the end, though. Because while you still have more questions than answers, there's another part, there's another layer of your subconscious mind that is now like going through and releasing this. Because all it's going to take is a 5-10 minute conversation between you and this person to really be able to pick up on the fact that the energy just isn't the same. The energy's just not the same. And it may take a minute for this to sink in. You may not even realize it consciously at first, but underneath of your conscious awareness and your subconscious mind, you're undoing soul ties and releasing this. And give it a couple of weeks. Give it a couple of weeks and you'll probably let go of this by default, even if you ain't trying to, you know? You're still standing on business, though. Standing on business. You ain't letting your emotions get the better of you. You're not letting your emotions make any stupid decisions for you. It's looking like you're handling it pretty well. This person's not showing any emotion. Even though you can feel deep down inside that they do have emotion. That bothers you too. But still, you're holding it all together. You're standing on business. And yeah, it may kind of be a slow process from the minute you talk to this person to like the day you wake up and realize you've released this. Let's get the advice. What's the advice? Ace of Swords. Hang on. Two more shuffles. Two more. Five of Cups. Ace of Cups reversed. Well, honestly, I really can't give a whole lot of advice for a situation like this. Other than... the only thing you can really do is try not to have your expectations too high. Now, I know that's easy to say and hard to do, you know, because it seems like our mind kind of invents its own expectations by itself, you know, and it's really hard to enter into anything with no expectations. Just try your damnedest to mind and monitor your expectations. But no, there's not really a whole lot of advice. This is pretty much going to play out the way it's naturally supposed to play out. I'm thinking the reason why the universe is bringing the two of you together, there's nothing accidental about why the universe is bringing the two of you together when you're coming together, because that's going to be the perfect time for you. Not a minute sooner, not a minute later. It's going to be the perfect time, even though it may be a little bit uncomfortable. It's going to be the perfect time for you to be able to actually release this so that you can make way for the next contract that is due to come in. Okay, don't let it turn into any drama. We don't need to create more karma. All right, let's see what's going on between the singles and your love interest. Single Tauruses who are interested in someone. What's happening in October? The Emperor. Some of you, and I know this isn't all of you, this may only be one of you, but believe it or not, I at least get one reading a week where somebody says they're interested in their boss. At least once a week, I'll get that in my readings. So some of you may have a little thing for your boss, but I know that's not all of you. Okay. King of Swords, though. So you're having a hard time. You're feeling like this person is interested in you, but you can't tell if you're just making that up in your head. You're kind of up in your head overthinking this. There's some days where you're convinced that this person's just in love with you. There's other days where you're like, hey man, maybe they just don't even notice me type shit, you know? Could be an Aries for some of you. I'm thinking, though, that a relationship is going to be attempted between the two of you. Yep, I think that a new start in love is absolutely happening here. Absolutely. But you're still at a loss, not really 100% sure exactly where you stand with this person. And if you're confused about where you stand with him, and then you enter into a relationship, that confusion is going to build, like big time. You may be half tempted to abandon this, because tension's kind of starting to build. I'm going to have to see how they feel about you, because, yeah, after y'all are together for 2 or 3 weeks, I see you're freaking out. Because you can't tell what in the hell is going on. You can't tell if they digging you or if they playing you. You can't even tell. Let's see how they feel about you and what their intentions is. Yeah, see, they don't really know exactly what they want. Now, see, I say that for this here because this gives off serious Two of Wands vibes, but it is the Chariot. But if you look, the person in this card is indecisive as to which way they're going. Very Two of Wandsy. I don't know why they made the Chariot. The Chariot and the Two of Wands are two very different energies in a normal deck. You know, the Chariot is fast forward movement. The Two of Wands is being at a crossroads. They kind of merge the two here in this deck. But King of Swords again. I think this person's afraid of falling in love. Yeah, they've been cheated on in the past. They want a successful relationship. They want to settle down with you and be with you for the rest of their life. They're ready to settle down with their person. But they was cheated on in the past, and they're super, super, super nervous about opening up and letting anyone in at that level until they feel safe about it, you know? So it looks like their intentions are pretty solid, but that doesn't mean that's the way to go about it. That ain't the way to go about it. Just because their intentions are good doesn't mean that it's going to be a solid, you know, good outcome necessarily. Because what they should be doing is fucking healing. That's what they should be doing. If you got trust issues that fucking bad to where you're afraid to let somebody in, you shouldn't be in a relationship. But now let's see the Two of Swords with it. They're not sure what they want. And again, some of y'all be digging your boss. Just, hey, second time it came through. Second time it came through. Well, let's see how it plays out for the first 30 days. What is the outcome? For the first 30 days, what's the outcome? Boom. Okay, good communication. So I'm not seeing anybody getting ghosted. You're not abandoning this. They're not abandoning this. Uh-oh, a little bit of codependency energy in there. A little bit. A little bit. Boo boo be doo. So kind of a slow first month, honestly. Kind of a slow first month, and I'm thinking that neither of you are really 100%. Not that you're not committed, it's just that neither of you are 10 toes in. Let's put it that way. Both of you are kind of a little like, kind of got 1 foot pointed towards the door. Like not 1 foot out the door, but you got 1 foot pointed towards the door. Both of you are a little bit like, you know that energy? It'll be a slow month. Slow first month. Well, let's get the advice. What's the advice? Ooh, hang on. Boo boo be doo. Okay, so shut out all other potential love interests. No other love interests. Okay? None. None, 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 none. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. If you go into a relationship with a backup plan, I promise you it's going to fail. Promise you. Promise you. Be ready to start a whole new cycle. You're going to have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone, Taurus. I know you don't want to hear that. Okay? The comfort zone was invented by Taurus. Taurus invented the fucking comfort zone. But you're going to have to step outside of it for a little bit. Okay? The good news about stepping outside of your comfort zone is that when you step outside of your comfort zone and stay there, the discomfort is temporary. It'll eventually become comfortable. The bad news is staying in your comfort zone, or whatever discomfort comes along with that, or whatever inconveniences or whatever experiences that your life keeps producing, that is permanent. So if you can manage to kind of step out of your comfort zone a little bit, maybe be on the edge of your seat for a little bit, and just be open to like not trying to control the way things happen for the most part, kind of letting things unfold the way they naturally want to unfold, you could build something very successful with this individual. But if you let that fear and that nervousness and that doubt and whatnot take the wheel and start making decisions for you, it could run into a brick wall. All right. Oh, yeah. Yup. Okie dokie. Now let's just see who's coming in next. Who's coming in next for Taurus, for the singles? The next soul contract that the universe is bringing into Taurus's life. Somebody more than likely fresh out of a relationship. Yeah, fresh out of a relationship, carrying the past vibrational baggage of their last relationship, but you feel, well, both of you feel an abnormally and unusually strong connection with each other. That's abnormally strong in kind of a weird way. You may not really understand why it feels that way, but you feel like you've known this person your whole life. They feel like they've known you your whole life, their whole life, whatever. I'm thinking that there is power couple potential. Potential. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It just means there's potential. Okay. Could be a Sagittarius for some of you. Also have Scorpio here and Virgo. Well, let's look and see what this person's feelings and intentions are. What's their true feelings, their true energies, and their true intentions? Okay, so they're in the middle of a massive transformational period in their life. They got their guard up. They have some serious self-confidence and self-esteem issues. They're not trying to go back to their ex, so you don't got to worry about that. I mean, yeah, when I say fresh out, I mean anywhere in the last month to 2 months, not long enough to release another person's energy, but they're not trying to go back with that person. So it's not like their ex could come snatch them away from you. It ain't like that. But they have still yet to let go of it. They want to kind of take things slow. They're intimidated by you. They feel like you're out of their league. But intentions look solid to me. Does that guarantee that their actions are going to be solid? No. But at least it's a step in the right direction. So, they all about their money too. They all about their money. Well, let's see how it plays out for the first 30 days. How's it playing out for the first 30 days when the next person comes in for Taurus? 10 of Pentacles reversed. You don't have the most positive outlook in the world. But this person is opening up and expressing their feelings at least. So any potential ambiguity in regards to the way they express their feelings will be straightened out in the first month. Or at least somehow, some way, you'll come to have a more clear understanding, whether they articulate themselves better or somehow you just lock in, and observe them from just the right perspective. However it happens, there will be no confusion about how they feel about you after the first month. And that's at least a step in the right direction, but it's still not quite, what's the word? Because I guess that is a level up, so I can't say it's not going to the next level. So the two of you are leveling up, but you're not at that happily ever after 10 of Cups place yet. Not quite. Not quite. Like I said, this person's still grieving the loss or whatever. They're still carrying all the past vibrational baggage from their last relationship. Okay, let's get the advice on this. A lot of things with Taurus always move slow. Most of the time. Most of the time, when I read Taurus situations, it's usually pretty slow moving. What's the advice? What is the best advice? Hey, Queen of Cups, though. Hang on. So just make sure that you maintain a level head emotionally. All right? Maintain that healthy level balance between your logical mind and your emotional mind. Just know and understand that no matter who you dealing with, it's going to take some work. I know a lot of us, especially if you're my age, and well, even older, I think it was worse. I'm a millennial. And it was even worse if you're older than me. If you're Gen X, like, it's even worse for y'all. But those of us, you know, millennials, Gen X, we were kind of, through music, movies, TV, and media, we were kind of conditioned to believe that once the right person shows up in your life, you can just kick your feet back and fucking coast because everything's going to be all beef and gravy for the rest of your life. Oh no. Oh no. It's still going to take work. In order for the two of you to come together and really mold together like this and become one, it's still going to require some massive changes on your part and some massive changes on their part. It's going to demand a totally different version of both of y'all. Both of y'all. Totally different. So just know and understand that. Just understand that going into it. And as long as you're willing to do that work, y'all could build something fucking nice. I see power couple potential here. Absolutely. So y'all know what the key is to a healthy, successful, thriving relationship, right? I know my OG followers have heard me say this, but new faces, you know what it is? I work on me with you by my side. You work on you with me by your side. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. If you think that you don't have anything that you need to work on, I promise you, you're the problem. We all got shit we got to work on. We all regular ass humans. We all got our little toxic traits. We all got our little traumas, our little emotional triggers, our little PTSDs, right? We all got it. Every last one of us. If you a human walking around on two legs on God's green earth, you got some trauma that you need to work through. You got some toxic traits you need to work on. We all do. And that's really all you have to do is have two people willing, which as easy as it sounds, it's tough. Two people willing to continue working on themselves and taking accountability for their own bullshit. As long as you got two people on the same page, nothing will come between y'all. Nothing. Nothing. Not a damn thing. All right? Okie dokie, I feel like those were the messages that my Taurus family needed to hear, so I am going to go ahead and end this video here. I am eternally grateful for every last one of you who tuned in, played along, and showed love, support, and positive feedback. That's what makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to check the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.